go. Hello, my name is Kerrigan. I'll be talking about the danger of energy drinks. Imagine you're in Panera, you get a charged lemonade, and then later you find out there's 390 milligrams of caffeine. 2 people actually died from having these charged lemonades because there's so much caffeine in them. And the limit for adults is actually 400 milligrams of caffeine. Energy drinks actually contain lots of stimulants, sugars, and of course a lot of caffeine. And they also cause, of course, heart rate and increased blood pressure. I think it's important for people to know about what they're putting in their body. That's why it's relevant for anyone to know how bad energy drinks are. I actually have a sibling who basically has a lot of energy drinks, maybe 1-2 a day, and I think it would be good for them to probably have less, and that's why I wanted to do more research on this, and I've learned about it in a class as well. Energy drinks also change the natural state of your body, increase your heart rate and blood pressure over long periods of time, which is why there actually are a lot of alternatives and why I think people should stop having energy drinks. So that's why I'll begin by talking about what are in energy drinks. Energy drinks, of course, contain stimulants like guarana, L-carnitine, and taurine, according to the CBC. Taurine actually is an amino acid, and when mixed with energy drinks, it causes increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, anxiety, depression, and weight gain, and actually more effects than that. Of course, as I said, no adults should not have any more than 400 milligrams a day, and a child no more than 100. It also increases blood pressure, and sometimes if it's possible to get a stroke. It can cause the restriction of blood vessels, according to Cleveland Clinic, which is why I think there should be alternatives. And energy drinks actually are very common among teenagers. When I went to high school, I saw a lot of teenagers getting energy drinks maybe every day and daily. A lot of them get it from overconsumption, or they have overconsumption of it because of stress from school and maybe they work. And the immediate effects, of course, they get for alertness, but there actually are long-term effects like insomnia, depression, anxiety, and of course increased blood pressure over time, according to Alcohol and Drug Foundation. It changes also the natural state of your body, known as homeostasis. So basically your heart rate will just be increased more than normal than a person who doesn't drink energy drinks. So what are some alternatives? Some alternatives would be coffee. It's a very good and natural alternative, and also it's just coffee. It's not like it has a bunch of things you don't know, like different, like taurine and L-carnitine. You don't even probably know what that is. Coffee actually has vitamin B2, B3, potassium, and magnesium. It provides usually 80-100 milligrams caffeine, which is very reasonable considering. It actually has reduced risk for type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and also actually reduces depression for people, according to the Science of Health. So really, coffee is a very good alternative instead of energy drinks because you know what you're putting in your body and it's a lot more natural. So another alternative and really just better way to live your life is just have a healthy lifestyle. And of course, the number one way to avoid having energy drinks and not rely on them is to just get good sleep. So generally like 8 to 9 hours minimum, and especially growing people and adults should have good sleep. Of course, drinking water is essential because bodily functions, it helps a lot of those kind of things, and of course your kidneys. Good diet with protein, carbohydrates, vitamins. It's good to have good exercise, basically walk around, do anything. You can even take vitamins like magnesium. And if you really have somewhat of an addiction to energy drinks, low sugar energy drinks are a good option, according to Healthline. So why should you avoid energy drinks? Well, you could live a healthier lifestyle and not have to live on energy drinks. Basically, it'll be a lot easier to live without energy drinks if you basically aren't tired. So, actually, having exercise has been proven to decrease risk of depression and also increase your mood. It's also a lot more cost effective because buying an energy drink every day would be definitely costly, especially if you're buying more than one or two. And there's a lot of less risk for diseases like cardiovascular disease, heart diseases when you do that. So in conclusion, I would say using energy drinks, it increases risk of many diseases, including if you have a pre-existing condition like heart disease or anything along those lines. It is even more worse for you to have energy drinks. The negative effects of energy drinks are definitely not worth what you get them for, which is basically to have the immediate alertness and being able to stay awake when it only lasts for a few hours. There are alternatives to energy drinks. You can have coffee instead, and you can just basically take care of yourself a lot better, and you won't have to rely on it. And that is why I think people should stop having energy drinks and just try to live a healthier life, and hopefully rely on more natural things like coffee.